Hi everyone, I'm Tori. Wow, what a month. I struggled a little bit this month, but we learned a lot of new things and it was very fun and I enjoyed a lot of it. But I hope all of you had as much fun as I did this month getting to learn new things. Let's go ahead and get started and focus on a couple of the principles of animation that we learned this month. So for week one, we really focused on our pose to pose. So we focused on creating first and last key poses and then setting up in between poses. That way we could focus on doing a pose to pose action as opposed to a straight ahead action, which would be creating each step until you got to all your individual poses, such as your passing pose, your high pose, and your low pose. For week two, we learned a lot more about arcs and how to get everything to flow in a more fluid manner. This is my hip and cog rotation from one of my week 4 assignments, but as you can see, it follows along these arcs, starting at one point, dipping down, up, and down, as opposed to being all jerky and jotting around. So we learned a lot about arcs and how to get them smoothed out in the graph editor and make your project just look a lot more well constructed to the naked eye. For week 3, we worked on appeal. This was not, that was not mine. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. There it is. This was my finished one. This was my finished one for appeal. I was going for a slow and sexy look. I'm not entirely sure how well I succeeded, but she is walking forward and is not super jittery like she was before. So there is definitely a lot to be desired for appeal. It's one of the very important principles of animation because it makes your characters more pleasing to the eye. And then in our final week, week 4, we worked on follow through and overlapping action. We have our girl running, and some of the follow through is getting those arms to go back and forth the way they should, as well as the legs. And overlapping action is when the hands get back to the point and then they come back up. So we had a lot of follow through, and if your action doesn't follow all the way through or overlap, then it can just look really stale or flat or look like the pose is not going through all the way correctly. Well, I hope you guys have had a wonderful month, and I can't wait to keep learning and just get better at animation. Thank you so much.